Yes, sir. I will when I get to it. All right, we got some viewers here. Thank you very much for joining us here at Tyrant Slayer Studios. Good morning to each and every one of you. We have a very important day here ahead of us today. We are here in Norwalk, Connecticut. We are circling the wagons for Mr. Pritchard. Today, the weaponized judicial of the state of Connecticut is going to make its second attempt to illegally seize this property. A beautiful property it is, if I do say so myself. So the people are coming out in support, and we're going to go ahead and film all the events that take place here and attempt to compel the Norwalk Police Department to honor their oath to the Constitution today and protect this man's rights and his property from illegal seizure. We have state senatorial candidate Johnny J. Flynn over there. He's doing some static recording. We've got some ones from all over the place coming down. This gentleman here in the green is actually from Tennessee, came all the way from Tennessee to be here with us. He's been down here in the state of Connecticut to help his dear friend, Mr. Pritchard, who is right there, through this very difficult and turbulent time. And he has refused to leave until he can be assured that Mr. Pritchard, his family, and his property are going to be left alone and in peace as they so righteously deserve. So we've got, the crowd is growing. Got more folks coming out for support. We've come to the understanding that State Marshal Bill Kemp is going to be arriving this time. I would imagine he's going to be accompanied by the previous marshal that responded to this address, State Marshal Alan Friedman. Now, Alan Friedman was actually pulled over in 2002, I believe. Could have been later. You could check the article online. Just do a Google on Alan Friedman, and you'll see that he was driving around with like 100 some odd ounces of marijuana, cannabis, while on duty. He was stopped by police. And somehow, some way, he's still a state marshal, despite the fact he had scales in his trunk, 131 ounces of pot, baggies, intent to sell, all sorts of goodies caught on this guy. So Alan Friedman and Bill Kemp will probably be here today. Bill Kemp for sure. Now, Bill Kemp has threatened to run us over. Bill Kemp has told the homeowner, Mr. Pritchard, that he's just going to run us over. And there's nothing we can do to stop this illegal seizure. So it's going to be an interesting turn of events here. And as I stated earlier, we're hoping that we can compel the Norwalk, Connecticut Police Department to order these folks away from this property. If they step foot on the property, we're going to encourage them to charge these marshals and anybody else trying to set foot on this property with trespassing. We're going to try to get them to enforce our laws today. Hopefully nobody gets run over. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. And hopefully we prevail in our efforts today. So we'll be here throughout the duration. Please share the link. Please hit that like button for me. Please help get this video out there. This is very, very important. This case is going to set precedents. If this man loses his house, there's going to be nothing that stops the state from coming after you and your house. I'll tell you that right now. So we'll get you a photo of some of the signage here. You can see he's got the property roped off. We'll give you some of the language here. We got Stop Judicial Corruption and Racketeering. He's got his no trespass notice up. Okay. Without the owner's, no trespassing, without the owner's express verbal or written authorization. If you want to get your head around what's going on here today, there are numerous other videos, a couple updates I've done with Andrew. There's a nice short and a full-length version of what happened here on May the 31st. I encourage each and every one of you to go and watch that and share that as well. This man needs your support. This family needs our help, and that's what we're here doing today. Let me see if I can't bring up some comments and questions. So I do apologize. I am on my cell phone, and it is going to be a bit hard for me to navigate certain things here. Let's see. Don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Oh, no, don't want to leave the site. Oh, great. Now I'm stuck in a folder here. I can't get back. Hang on, guys. Bear with me, please. Oh, here we go. Comments. Oh, there's private chat. Here we go. How did it end last time? How was it left? The police refused to... The police actually left last time. Here, let me turn off that chat. It will take me 2 hours to get there from Kent. Should I come down? Absolutely. I don't know how long this is going to run, but if you'd like to be here in support of Mr. Pritchard and his family, you should absolutely come on down here, Boru. That would be fantastic. Folks, if I don't get to your comments in the comments section, please forgive me. I'm having a hard time navigating this stuff on the phone today. Here we go. We got a better frame for you there. 50 viewers, hit that like button for me, please. At 9 a.m., the marshals are scheduled to show up with their goon squad. They will be armed, which, well, hopefully they're not. It appears on May the 31st, during the last event where we were able to stifle the efforts of these criminals, it appeared Marshal Alan Friedman was carrying, which is actually illegal here in the state of Connecticut. Johnny Flynn, do you have anything to say to the viewers? There's a hell of an audience watching. We got a guy coming down from 10. 55 right now.
55 and growing.
Yes, sir.
Do I have anything to say? Well, it's great to see American patriots driving as far as, Kentucky and Tennessee.
This man came all the way from Tennessee. Yeah, right there.
To show up and stand in solidarity for a man who basically had to live through 9/11 and salvage from the wreckage as a managing director of Cantor Fitzgerald. I mean, I know two people who died in the 9/11 bombing. Carl Flickinger worked at Cantor. He was a convertible bond guy. And Eddie Allegretto was another convertible bond guy. So, and Eddie was Carl Flickinger's uncle, and Carl was in my wedding. So what I would say is Carl had Carl Jr., age 12, twin boys and a daughter. And really, I haven't seen them since the funeral because, I never met them until the funeral. So it wasn't like Carl and I used to speak 30, 40 times a day. No. He was the best $2 broker in convertible bond history. Basically, everyone my age knew each other. We're all from Connecticut. And they all became the managers of the convertible bond desks across the country.
Tell the people watching what you're going to do when you're elected senator here in the state of Connecticut.
Well, I think that I'm going to take the jobs that no one else has the cojones to even investigate. Look at, DCF, human trafficking. I will personally take down the FBI. I have a file on the FBI. I mean, I've been talking to them for 20 years about wire fraud, check fraud.
Real deal right there, guys.
All types of fraud. I'm going to take the Tyrant Slayer to the FBI at 600 State Street on our way to, after Alex Jones. We're going to Alex Jones today.
Yeah, right. Folks, I haven't mentioned, but after we are successful here in our efforts to protect this man, his property, and his family from the weaponized judicial, we are going out to Bridgeport, Connecticut.
I hope we stop doing.
And we are going to see Alex Jones today.
Like whatever they're doing today.
God bless you.
Because this is not normal.
No. It's organized white collar crime.
Exactly.
Just organized crime. One color. No, it's.
Oh, what do you hope? Well, obviously, I know what your hopes and aspirations are here today. But what would you say to the viewers about today's situation?
My hope is that everybody stands on the law, recognizes the law, and does what's proper with the law. They have no authority to be here. This is my private property. This is my domain, my castle. And I would hope that all the people involved honor their oath and duty as they have made to the U.S. Constitution and the Constitution of the state of Connecticut, the Constitution state, I might add,
Right.
which is, you know,
Aren't we so far from it right now?
We are so
A light year away almost, it seems, right?
it with where the country is, it seems like, I don't know, call it some giant irony that the Constitution state could possibly be right now
The undoing of America.
the most corrupt place around. And I am involved with some people in other states and stuff, so I recognize what's going on there. But let me put it to you this way. This is how bad it is in the Constitution state. We had sheriffs. A sheriff was part section 25 of our Connecticut Constitution. A Governor Rowland who went to jail
Twice.
Yes, but went to jail, and in the year 2000, he, with all the legislature and a whole bunch of people, got rid of sheriffs, and so now we are the sheriffs.
Right. Go into a little bit of that. Basically, when the sheriffs were disbanded in the year 2000, the Connecticut citizens essentially inherited the powers of sheriff.
Well, yeah, well, what we the people give the authority to these different administrators. So the sheriff has certain defined covenants as to what he can and cannot do. When they eliminated sheriffs, all that power was abdicated and came back to us. That's what they didn't realize they did when they did
Right.
get rid of sheriffs.
They made us the checks and balances officially.
Oh, so we're a more direct line. So we can
Just want you to stand next to Andrew.
we can arrest.
And I want Andrew.
We always could even when there was sheriffs, but even more so to the point, we have the ability to arrest the governor and judges if they act outside
Our public officials.
Public officials.
You
They
got it.
act outside their authority. In Connecticut, the statute that you use for that is Connecticut General Statute 54-170, which is arrest without warrant. And I filed a motion for Capias against 17 judges and many others to arrest them. I've been in court once up against the motion to Capias with a judge who admitted that he knew all the other judges and also was appointed to the bench by Governor Rowland. So I said to him, you can't hear this, Your Honor. Obviously, you have a bias as to what's going. And so I filed another motion for Capias, arresting him also based on the testimony and the transcript and even what he said. And what it means is I need to get before a jury or a grand jury of my peers.
Which in Connecticut we're rightfully entitled to.
We're entitled to, yes, it's part of the Constitution. Need to get in front of them and then basically formalize the charges and then have a hearing. And I don't understand why everybody's so scared when there's 17 judges on one side and Andy Pritchard on the other.
Right. It's this lonely Andrew Pritchard.
I'd like to mention, Glenn here is holding his sign. What Connecticut needs to realize is that there hasn't been a jury trial since March 2020 in the state.
It would appear that the state of
Asking for a
Connecticut.
jury trial, expecting a jury trial, and you know, now we don't need to wear masks in the courtroom anymore. Why can't we get a jury if we don't need a mask? And
It seems the state has exploited
There's a
COVID
lull
for the
in the
last 2
pandemic.
years and put a halt on everything inside of the courts.
Since the subject's about demand trial by jury, right, and about jury trial, I want everyone to know I filed a formal request for a trial by jury, which is Connecticut General Statute 52-218. I also filed a motion demanding a trial by jury, along with a petition signed by 200 people. Okay, so the public demanding a trial by jury. Judge Spader, who has ruled on my case over 130 times. I have never appeared before the man once.
Can anybody believe that? I mean, that's
well,
just insanity.
If one was to look at my case, you will see proof of that. It'll blow your mind just to see all the rulings and motions and so forth and so on. But I am entitled to a trial by jury of my peers, and that's it. That's
Plain and simple.
It's very simple.
It's the letter of the law, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe we should touch on the.
Very well said, Mr. Andrew Pritchard. We are at 9 a.m., so the Goon Squad should be just around the corner any moment now. Hey, we have the wonderful Ethan Book here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ethan Book. Many of you may know Ethan. We did a powerful piece together featuring Chris Rosario. Yep, it is the Tyrant Slayer studio.
Nice to meet you. Hey, there's more cooking on that one also.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be reconvening.
As well as the Jamie Stevenson and Robert Trefone scandal.
Give the people a little insight. Tickle the knowledge that you have, and let them know what they have to look forward to.
Okay, with respect to the Jamie Stevenson issue, when she was first selectman in Darien, there was a scandal that surfaced regarding the Darien high school football coach. He was, what shall I say, too far out.
Way out of bounds.
There developed a culture mentality in Darien of win at any cost. And some people got shuffled. A player got assaulted on the field by the coach.
Oh my!
A very malicious manner. But the coach Trefone had a history of this kind of stuff previously, and it was not addressed. It
went unchecked.
It was covered up because he was such a winning coach.
Right.
He had like better than an 80% win record, which was pretty amazing. And
that's good for the school. So they would, forego his terrible track record to make the school look good.
Good for the school, good for the community. Jamie Stevenson, then first select woman in Darien, liked what was going on, even though there was retaliation against the star football player because of the assault. The family tried to get the truth out. The coach had a habit of lying to cover up what he was doing. And so the majority of the people in Darien sided with Coach Trefone, and against the player, there were tremendous divisions and retaliation. In legal terms, there was established a hostile environment, and the family was really trashed by the community, badly. And as it turns out, with a civil lawsuit that is pending of the father of the player, the father is an attorney, Brian Zuro, who has filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the coach, the Board of Education, and the town of Darien.
Wonderful.
And of course, Jamie Stevenson was a representative of the town of Darien, so she's implicated. And it turns out in a recent amendment that was presented in Stamford Court for that civil case, Attorney Zuro specifically points out, he claims that Jamie Stevenson not only tried to correct the situation, she sided with Trefone against the Zuro family, and she even encouraged people who were trying to help the Zuro family. She encouraged them not to do so.
Wow.
This stuff is serious. And there was a point, I think it was in August of 2000. I don't remember the date, but it would have been in 2017. I think it was in August 2017. He sent an SOS letter to the members of the Board of Education. There's something seriously wrong here. There's a horrible system that is hurting my family, my son, and me. They were targeted. The mother, who had been a member of the Board of Ed, was called an effing cunt by many members of the community, even students, and the son had to hear this. I mean, this was morally devastating to the family.
Where are the ethics?
And so the father sent an SOS letter to the Board of Ed. Something has to be done. This is an entirely tolerable situation.
Here we go. The marshal has arrived.
Let me finish.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Try to finish. Real quick.
And so 4 hours after he sent that SOS letter, his son attempted suicide. Now, the lawsuit is pretty clear. And one thing that I observed is that there, and I've investigated. I've talked with various witnesses on it. Jamie Stevenson, as the first selectman, the CEO of the town of Darien, the moral and morale standard.
I want to put this marshal on notice right now. She's recording us, so I want to let her know.
But I have to go through the execution.
Okay, so, by the
I'm
way,
not gonna read anything. Are you gonna be leaving the property?
Ma'am.
That's all I wanna know.
Excuse me, ma'am.
sir, I wanted to let you, somebody wanted to say hi to you, named Crystal White, sir.
Ma'am, I'm going to FOIA request that footage there. So before you leave here today, just leave me with your name and your badge number so I can go ahead and facilitate getting the content off of that phone. Hopefully it's not your personal phone, because it's all public information now.
Well, Mr. Kemp was recently arrested.
Yeah, it's fine. He won't get anywhere with that.
That's Kemp.
We're hoping Norwalk
For what,
PD.
assaulting a woman?
Take a picture of that.
Yeah, I got you. Couple guys in the van here. This is, I'm guessing, Bill Kemp, the guy who threatened to run everybody over. Folks, hit that like button for me. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. So if that marshal there and this one here too destroys any of that or deletes any of that footage they're taking, that'll be a felony crime. So we need to ID this guy, we need to ID that guy and that girl.
Looking forward to it, son. Yeah, looking forward to it. I'll get some, baby. I'll get some. You're cute. You're cute.
Hey, make sure you don't delete that footage because I'm going to FOIA request it.
Yeah,
If anything happens to it, it's a felony, just so you know.
looking forward to it, man. Yeah, baby. Looking forward to it. You're so smart, aren't you?
Hey, sir, make sure the young lady that you're rolling with knows that if she destroys that footage, it's a felony. And I'm going to be Freedom of Information Act requesting it. Thank you. And there you go, folks. The look of arrogance, contempt, and disdain for the public. That's right. Well, here you have it, folks.
You should look up Mr. Kemp's recent arrest on August 2nd.
Yeah, let's talk about Mr. Kemp's recent arrest on August the 2nd.
Hey, bro, tell him that's the same coward that we dealt with at your property, and he disappeared and never came back. Yeah, same guy.
Hang on a second. Gotta find it.
Al,
It's on my,
Hey, Tim.
pleasure to meet you. Doing well.
This is my mom, Tim.
Hi, nice to meet
This
you.
is Tim.
Thank you for bringing this man into the world and raising him right. I mean, he's been a blessing to all of us. He's a wealth of knowledge, this man.
Yeah.
Rick Aiello. Pleasure to meet you. All right, folks, so it's unfolding now. The marshal didn't want to entertain or relish our laws. He made contact with the homeowner, Andrew, and has resorted to calling the police. Yeah.
I just want to let everyone
Yeah.
know. May 31, they did an eviction here, and they were turned away for all kinds of things that weren't compliant, not valid, so forth and so on. And nothing has changed. Nothing in the court has happened.
Nothing's been cured.
Nothing's been cured, and they come back again. So They have to go, it's even in the police report, which is an exhibit also in my case. But this is something that I do really want to read to everybody. I also have a motion to dismiss within the housing court because they have no jurisdiction, because everything's improper as to the deed, the name of the, my wife is wrong.
The notaries, invalid.
Everything is invalid. But anyway, I just want to read this one piece of case law as to, so everybody understands that there's nothing that they can do. Case law to subject matter's jurisdiction. Romano versus the Town of Westport Superior Court Judicial District of Fairfield. The objection of want of jurisdiction may be made at any time, and the court of tribunal may act on its own motion and should do so when the lack of jurisdiction is called to its attention. The requirement of subject matter's jurisdiction cannot be waived by any party and can be raised at any stage in the proceedings. Therefore, even though the defendant has been defaulted, the issue of subject matter jurisdiction has been raised by the defendant's motion to dismiss, which I have, and the court is obliged to determine if it has subject matter's jurisdiction to hear the dispute. In other words, everything stops and they have to determine whether they have jurisdiction, the right to be here. May 4th, there's a filing motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter's jurisdiction. They've completely ignored it. It's an injunction on everything, stops everything, and this is all illegal.
There you have it, folks. Well said, Mr. Pritchard.
And that's all in the technicality.
This is why we have folks driving from Tennessee to Connecticut to be here in support of this man and his family.
Thank you.
This is a report from First.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Hi,
Tim Riley, Tyrant Slayer Studios.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
There's material on the story. I think it's suited.
So I'm not sure where the other folks went. Oh, they went down to the end of the road. We've got their plates. We put them on notice. With a bit of luck, they were using their personal cell phones to take that video, which means their personal cell phones are now public record, and we can have a lot of fun with that. So I'm guessing we are going to be seeing a police response momentarily. We've got 117 viewers right now. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. And I know that Mr. Pritchard and his family sincerely appreciate it as well. Please hit that like button, share the links to this video. This is an extremely important case that's going to set, I believe, nationwide precedents. If this man loses his house, there is absolutely nothing between the state and your house. So you're going to want to help us assure that this man triumphs over evil here, and that he's successful in his quest for justice. You know, we all have something to learn from this here, and boy, I sure hope we do. We've got quite a nice turnout here. We got a lot of Flynn supporters. Look at this. Everybody's voting for Johnny Flynn here. It's nice. And it's Mr. Magliari, the former city engineer of Stamford, the chief whistleblower himself has arrived on scene just in time. This man is going to make history in Connecticut, and that is the great Sam Magliari, exposing the crimes of the city of Stamford, the Stamford Police Department, city engineers, and the public safety violations of Eversource and the various entities they contract with. Mr. Book, yes, absolutely.
What is significant here is not just the situation, an extreme situation with Andrew Pritchard, but this is something that's been repeated many times. Actually, the same thing happened to me in 2005 with my home. It was commercial residential property, valuable commercial residential property in Fairfield. And it was a political hit job.
So it's widespread, everybody. Now, have you two talked? Is there any sort of, we'll say, common denominator between people who are losing their houses like this? You know, is it a political affiliation? Are you all pro se litigants? Is there any sort of common denominator that you think might actually be part of the equation?
Yeah. I believe there are two common denominators. One is pro se litigants, and the other is Republicans.
So they are being targeted.
Yeah, and another common denominator with Andrew Pritchard and mine is that in a more recent stage of my case, where I had more recently found out that there was fraud in the mortgage company claiming to own the promissory note, which they never owned. That's an issue of subject matter jurisdiction, and it can be raised even after the property has been foreclosed. And
I think we're going to hear that term more and more today.
Yeah, yeah. And that issue came before Judge Spader, who's been an issue in this one.
Spader just recently announced his retirement.
I know it.
There was a comment on my YouTube channel about a week ago saying he's going to announce his retirement. This is coming from inside sources, good, viable information, and sure as shit.
But yeah, but he evaded clear, glaring issues. It was obvious that he was playing favorites. He knew which side to butter the bread.
There you go.
He's done that repeatedly. He's a problem.
Well said, Mr. Book.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're waiting for police. Hey, what's your name, buddy?
It's Glenn, remember?
Oh, Glenn. You're Glenn. I didn't recognize it.
You know Paul?
Yes. Yeah, right on.
Jamie,
Glenn Perez, folks. Here's another activist in his own right. Oh, here we go. We've got Norwalk PD responding. We got one officer here, two officers here, two vehicles anyway.
Look at this. We're all in violation of your oath.
Complicit participants in capital crime.
Mr. Pitchard. Sorry. Sergeant Garrett. Mr. Pitchard.
B. Ham,
Delfino,
Lee,
Mr.
Delpino, Baron, Tejada.
Got it. Got it. I have somebody in the house.
Hey, don't.
What are you doing?
You guys are criminal participants in capital crimes. I would get your chief on the phone if I were you. Is that body cam rolling, sir? Mr. Lee? Excellent. Thank you, sir. Hey, thanks for your service, by the way.
Thank you.
We're not here to make enemies, but this is a very, very volatile situation. I don't think law enforcement has its head around it. We've gone through this on May the 31st, and you guys stood down then.
You can touch me again. I got it. Got it.
Yes, and it's fraudulent paper.
That may be your opinion.
No, it's not my
It's not
opinion.
opinion.
It's
Document
it's
that
law.
says you are now
No.
It's forged.
So if you remain on the property, you will be arrested for criminal trespass first. You will.
Civil matter. You have no criminal
Now turn
jurisdiction.
into a crime.
No, so,
Are you going to go with us?
no, you're making it a crime.
What's that?
What's
Right.
your crime?
Get your supervisor down here.
Criminal trespass.
Where's your lieutenant?
No. They don't have a valid deed. Look, invalid deed.
Lieutenant. Sir, lieutenant. Right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We got Holmes, Blake. We've got
Not a penny.
Yang, Tejada,
Proof
Jay Cassimis,
Guys, you're going to be famous.
and Jay Cassimis. Brothers? You guys brothers?
You guys all Freemasons? Y'all in the club?
Robbery. You understand?
That's probably what it is.
Look at this. Lies. Fraudulent paperwork doesn't make it so. Sorry, guys.
Folks, as you heard, you're going to get arrested if you don't walk off the property. Your choice.
You're occupying premise unlawfully and without permission in violation of Connecticut General Statute 53A-107. I order you to leave the premise and walk to Norwalk Street, and do not leave. You will be arrested.
We can be anywhere on public property. You are complicit in capital crime, Sergeant.
My name is Sergeant Basegli with the Norwalk Police Department.
Yeah.
You're occupying this premise unlawfully and without permission in violation of Connecticut General Statute 53A-107. I am ordering you to leave the premise and walk to Dorland Street. If you do not leave, you will be arrested.
You're a complicit
May I ask
participant
a
in capital
question,
crime.
May I ask a question? This house,
They're going to arrest everybody on that property. So stay on public property right here.
My name is Sergeant Basegli with the Norwalk Police Department. You're occupying this premise unlawfully and without permission.
No, you're occupying this premise unlawfully. You have no jurisdiction.
I order you to leave the premise and walk to Dorland Street.
Dude, you'll get arrested. Stand over here. Stand over here or they're going to arrest you. That's what they're fixing to do. They're going to book everybody down here. That's what they're going to do. They're going to arrest everybody.
Well, we know first.
Folks, get on the horn and call Norwalk Police Department right now and let them know that they are complicit participants in capital crimes being carried out by a weaponized criminal and corrupt judicial system. We got the armed gang down here threatening all of us with arrest, and they have no jurisdiction.
Did I get in my car and go?
No, stay just as a witness. You're a witness to this felony here, so you can be a witness in court on behalf of Andrew.
I'll definitely be a witness.
No, this is Stalinist.
These men don't even know what's really going on behind this, and if they don't have the paper, they're not armed. What have you
Don't
guys
touch
been
me.
told?
Don't touch me. Yeah, good. I don't need any escorts. I'm a grown man. Look at this. Look at this, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 cops, 19 cops, 20 cops. Look at this. Zero jurisdiction. You police are now complicit participants in capital crime.
There's over 20.
What a lawsuit that's going to be, huh?
get your basket.
Yeah, yeah. You want to hold this? Thank you.
Here's the property. This is the property. Stand in the road. Right here. Stand in the road. Yeah.
This is his equipment. That's fine. Yeah, but you can grab it. You don't need to. Let's go.
Can you tell me what you like a nice person? Where's the proof of funds? Where's
Go,
the
guys.
proof
Off the
that-
property, please.
Where's the proof that this house is paid for? Show me property, sir.
This is the eat rust. This is the eat rust. This is public.
Sir, please step out. To the ocean of fighting fire. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Sir, please back up.
We're on public property.
Please move the vehicle. That's all we're trying to do, guys. I'm not saying you can't be here. I'm just asking to get the vehicle out of the way. That's all we're trying to do.
I don't know who the owner is.
Well, I do. So I'm asking you to step out of the way of the vehicle. Please move.
Nobody's in it. I'm not in anybody's
Sir,
place.
who the owner is? He's a criminal in America today.
Hey.
Where's his vehicle? Innocent person in jail. Okay, we need to get a hostage. Just please be out of the way of the vehicle.
You're trespassing, officer.
That's fine. We're not asking. You guys can stay here. We need to move this vehicle. So please step this way. Please step this way.
I got to say, they are being polite. At least
I'd like to know where the proof of funds are.
they don't have any proof of funds. They don't have any legitimate paperwork. They don't have any proof of funds.
There needs to be proof of funds.
We need to get emergency guards here. We need to get emergency guards. Back up.
Yeah, we're all witnessing your felonies here.
Down the street, down the street.
What's down there?
Just get your hand. That's Andrew down
Andrew, where?
there. All yelling.
Oh, is Andrew down there?
I guess.
Andrew's down here. Let's make sure he's not getting arrested. You guys call Norwalk PD in Norwalk, Connecticut, and let the chief know that all their officers here have zero jurisdiction and are complicit participants in capital crimes. Interfering would have to be physical. I'm just filming.
No, it doesn't.
Don't mind me.
If you no, you can film. Just if you don't mind backing up to the white fence.
I'll be on
appreciate
public
it.
property. I'm not going to be in anybody's way.
In the roadway. Just
Yeah.
off to the side.
Thank you. Is Mr. Pritchard down here? Who's being arrested? Can you tell me what he's being arrested for?
Not right now. It's under investigation.
Under investigations.
You know,
Sir, don't answer any questions. You don't have to answer their questions.
The straw buyer sold the house.
Sorry, officer. I'm being very respectful to you guys. You guys can film.
Yeah, we're not breaking any laws. We know.
I appreciate your cooperation. Okay.
Hey, can I have you identify for me, please?
Sergeant Garrett Kruger.
Garrett Kruger.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Is that body cam footage rolling? Excellent. Thank you.
Who's the guy in handcuffs?
I don't know.
Who's the gentleman in handcuffs?
So as you heard it from the homeowner himself, nothing's been cured. The notary is fraud. All of the documentation is fraudulent and forged, and the police are enforcing fraudulent paperwork. They think because it's got a state seal on it, it's good to go. But boy, are these guys making a very big career mistake. This guy doesn't seem to like me a lot. I'm not sure. It's under investigation, so they're not answering any questions, even though they work for us.
You should have looked at the paperwork last time.
Mm.
Because this house sold a week earlier to another straw buyer.
Here we go. Mr. Lee?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that the paperwork and all this stuff is fraudulent? Have you guys actually taken any time to educate yourselves? Or are we just executing an order based on
the judge's order.
willy-nilly paperwork?
By the way, you know why Judge Spader's resigning? You know why?
Because of things like this.
He's the kingpin.
You know, you're liable to lose your bonds over this, my man. The city's going to be sued. You're going to be sued. The department's going to be sued.
Where's Andrew? I want to see where Andrew is. Is anybody?
I lost him. I thought he was down there. I don't know if they arrested Andrew or not. They arrested Andrew?
Yes. Yes.
Andrew's been arrested. So we gotta bond him out. I don't know. They wouldn't answer my questions. Hey, we gotta bond out Andrew right away. They arrested Andrew. They arrested him.
Did you just get it on footage?
No, I didn't, but they arrested him. We gotta get him bond away. They figure if they lock him up in jail, he can't defend his property and his rights. Well, what a big mistake that was.
Food for thought, huh?
Yeah.
Correct?
Look at those tough guys. So brave. So brave, violating the people's rights. Hey, you guys ever spend any time in the law library? How many hours a year are you required to spend in the law library versus the range? I know it's what, 16 hours to qualify at the range every year? 8 hours, 16? No time in the law library to learn the laws that you're supposed to be enforcing today, right? Yeah, of course not. You're not fit for your job. You're fired. You're all fucking fired.
not own this house.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 unfit criminals masquerading as police officers. Look at this. Look at this. They think their shield's going to protect them from the lawsuits. Look at that. How many hours a year do you guys spend in the law library learning the law versus the range? They probably don't even know what a law library is. Do you guys know the laws that you're supposed to be enforcing today, or you just show up and do what you're told like good little Nazis? Yeah.
They can't even, they don't even know if there's a proof of funds.
Yeah, they don't have any proof of anything. They have zero jurisdiction. Any of you guys got boats?
I have filed a 500,000 felonies. And no one has stopped the cash stolen check ring in Norwalk by Kelly Bryan.
You're all fired.
And Judge Adams, who works for Kelly Bryan Warren. And he is a chief court administrator.
No one wants to enforce our laws and protect this man and his property. They just shoved him in a van and illegally arrested him. He was off of the property when he was arrested too, so he's not trespassing. He walked right off of the property. What is the charge? Trespassing? Who's the fucking genius that pulled that shit off? So we got all these people that are going to lose their jobs. Stanford's going to be in a lot of, Norwalk's going to be in a lot of danger when the police force is completely obliterated in the U.S. district courts. That's right. You just surrendered your career, Taylor.
How much an hour? $75 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Add it up.
Is it 150, 300, 900, 1200, 1500?
$6,000 an hour in cops here.
Yeah, ain't that nice? Yeah, they're here illegally seizing a property in violation of our state and federal laws. And they seem so proud to do that. This is why people don't like police. You guys earn every bit of hate you get all across this country, every last bit of it. You do it to yourselves. It's not my camera. It's not the people. It's not the media. It's you and you and you and you and you and you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You guys took an oath. You just broke it.
That's right.
You took an oath.
You're no longer peacekeepers. You're no longer officers of the law. You're criminal participants in capital crimes, and you will be having your day in court. Do you understand? You are going to court. All of you.
Taking illegal orders.
Yeah.
I think the Nazis did that.
Yeah. Well, there is no difference between these people and the Nazi socialists of Germany. Absolutely zero difference. Your families must be so proud. So proud.
There's something called the Nuremberg Code.
Yeah, Nuremberg Code, yeah.
I think
They wouldn't know anything about that, though. They spend all their time shooting rounds off at the range instead of learning the laws they're supposed to be properly enforcing. No, they don't care. It's beyond them. Most of these guys are probably high school graduates. That's why they're cops. Dumber than a day is long.
Yeah, they're committing treason right now.
It's treason. That's right. I wonder what the U.S. District Court's going to say. I wonder what your face is going to look like then. I wonder if you'll all be so smug then. That's right. That's right. That's right. Look at them. The look. Oh, I ain't going to lose those.
Court of law.
Thank you, Mr. Aiello.
So who are you arresting now? The boys? They're 20 years old. By the way, you have no right to evict the boys. They're not on the eviction.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead, fuck yourselves even further, you dumb fucks. So Taylor must have been a quota hire, right?
They're not on the
Quota hire. He probably knows less than anybody.
Excuse me. You touch the boys? That's actually.
You know, the Supreme Court ruled it's legal to resist unlawful arrest. Did you guys know that? We got to bond Andrew out. He's been arrested. They illegally arrested Andrew. They're illegally arresting his kid.
The same thing in Westport happened to me 10 years ago. 10 years ago, they evicted me from my store unlawfully. A receiver was appointed unlawfully.
They stole $2 million.
They evicted me. 30 days later, I proved the executor was unlawful. The receiver was unlawful. He's going to win in court, and you guys are all going to be guilty for unlawful eviction.
Right 400. You guys are live on the internet. Millions of people are going to be seeing your faces today. Millions.
Going down the tube.
Yeah.
So when the
smile for your families.
You're all going to be complicit.
Smile for the U.S. District Court, ladies and gentlemen.
By the way,
smile.
We are posting this on 500 websites. We've set it up.
Oh, there's another quota hire. Bardos. Another quota hire. It's probably really dangerous. Watch your crossfire, Bardos. Watch your crossfire.
No worries at all. No, you're not. You're righteous. You have the armor of God on you.
He thinks he's intimidating, but he's not.
The marshal was in the house when you guys were down there.
Yeah.
So he's in the house right now.
The marshal is?
Tampa was recently arrested.
Taking lists for the goons that are going to come in and try to steal all this man's property?
Do you have any idea?
Yeah, real swell.
You ought to look into it.
No, they don't care. They figured they got the uniform on there. They're protected from any
You worked over the
wrongdoing, huh?
of a guy who did not appear in court.
You all just lost your qualified immunity today. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, you don't have jurisdiction when you're breaking the law.
And you don't have qualified immunity neither. Good luck, you fucking retard. It's amazing.
It is.
It's amazing. And they just stare at you. They just stare at you. Go ahead, make a move. They're just itching to arrest somebody. Did you guys mix your steroids with your Wheaties this morning?
Wow.
Nobody better destroy any of that body cam footage. Hold on to it all, because I'm FOIA requesting every last bit of it. And if there's any missing, you will be charged with felonies for that as well.
Jerry.
Careful, man.
Wow.
Careful. That quota hire is the most dangerous one here.
Well, he never gets back to you. In fact, recently, a kid who was shaken down by his probation officer.
Ma'am, what do you think of all this? Can you share with the viewers your thoughts about what these police are doing here?
And he was handcuffed.
I think it's like Nazi Germany, quite frankly. I was born during the Second World War, so I know from my early days what it was like to have to resist people who were going to invade the UK. I was right in Kent, where if the Nazis had ever crossed the British Channel, they would be marching down my street within half an hour.
And this is,
Actually, it never happened, but so those are my earliest memories. And we're repeating it here. People are taking over property that does not belong to them. This belongs to the Pritchards, 100%.
and it looks like they're ready to shoot us. If we were to try to resist their unlawful actions, they would try to shoot us.
Boys are coming. Boys are getting taken away. Look.
Bill Kemp is out on a 25. So the marshal that's here is criminally implicated and actually released from prison on a $25,000 bond. You guys are aiding and abetting a criminal seizure being carried out by a criminal marshal. 52-year-old Stanford bounty hunter is facing unlawful restraint charges stemming from a May scuffle in Stanford with the girlfriend of a man being arrested for jumping bail, according to the Stanford Advocate. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Dumber than a day is long, aren't you, Holmes?
Not felons, quite frankly.
Dumber than a day is long. So we got a criminal inside of a man's house, you know, taking notes, you know, hey, maybe I'll take this thing from my house, throw this in the trash. I'll take this, throw that in the trash. Yeah. There you go, folks. Let's see if I can get a shot of that. The glare is bad. Yeah.
How long are you going to stand there?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the stream, take a moment and do a search on Bill Kemp got arrested. Just Google Bill Kemp, State Marshal Bill Kemp, bounty hunter charged with unlawful restraint in Stanford. Bill Kemp is out on a $25,000 bond on first-degree unlawful restraint, reckless endangerment, and risk of injury to a child. That's the man you're helping today, you idiots. That's great. That's great.
You know what, man? Please don't treat them disrespectfully anymore.
Right.
If you don't mind my saying that. These are my brothers and sisters.
Oh, okay.
And they are attempting to do their job.
Well,
with
they're
honor and
failing
dignity.
miserably.
They've been set up. It's important to understand.
Okay.
They
Fair
are
enough.
following the law. They are enforcing legal documentation from criminal judges, though. Men and women, you are standing with and you are backing the evil that is taking advantage of honest American citizens. That's the problem we're having. You want to do your job? What if I decide to do my job and defend the Constitution, which is the law that's being violated here? The Constitution of the United States is what's being violated. That's why I'm here. So thank God that I'm not doing my job here today. That sergeant is my brother. You are my brother. You are my brother. You are my sister. I will not tolerate them speaking to you, but I will speak the truth. Know where you have stood. Know the line you've drawn in the sand and the decision you've made. And now you watch, because you have been notified by your brother. Not a bunch of civilians who are pissed off and scared. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir.
He drove from Tennessee.
Yeah, he's been out here for a couple, 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drove all the way from Tennessee to do his job. To defend the Constitution.
Which these people are supposed to be doing,
Help
but
the citizens
are
of
failing.
Connecticut.
Failing miserably.
You look like such a nice guy. What happened to you? He was never evicted. He was never served eviction papers, which is what stopped the last eviction.
And nothing's been cured.
Nothing's
In
been
fact,
changed.
the information on the paperwork isn't even accurate. The address is wrong. His wife's name is wrong. The tenants in the house are not listed on any of the paperwork. Everything about this is wrong, 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 wrong.
Never had a hearing.
Right. And these guys are just happy to be
Never
here
had a hearing.
with their guns and threaten everybody's lives, put everybody under the threat of arrest so that they can illegally seize a man's property. Isn't that nice? International news. This is going to make international news. You guys are going to be international superstars now, Norwalk PD. I can imagine the switchboard is probably flooded right now, inundated with phone calls.
How you all gonna sleep?
Right? Yeah, yeah. Any other crimes going on in town today, guys?
Come out.
Is this it?
And no,
Is this the most valuable one for your bucks?
The wrong side. I couldn't live with myself.
We need to find out what's going on with Andy.
What, over a job? Over money? Do you know what that makes you if this is about money? For me, this is about honor.
It's all about money for them.
Constitution.
They're just here collecting a check, my man. They don't care about anything else.
Let's not to forget the Supreme Judge up there, right? Even to get by with this thing, you're going to have to answer to him at some point. What's that going to happen to you, right? You want to go to hell for eternity?
Blue shirt in the back.
You know, Andy built this house.
So the marshal, Bill Kemp, is out on a $25,000 bond, and these police are helping him. That's gonna make a great headline, you guys. Oh yeah, 572 viewers. Please smash that like button, share these links, and get the truth out there, ladies and gentlemen. We need your help here in Connecticut. These tyrants are absolutely out of control. Out of control, and they're threatening the lives, the livelihood, the safety, the security, and the properties of innocent Connecticut people. Today, they get away with it. Tomorrow, we take all their badges, all their qualified immunity, their boats, their houses, their bonds, everything. You just lost it all. And you're going to see it all here on Tyrant Slayer Studios.
You're not the best bullshit leader of any of them. You know we're speaking the truth. Yeah, you know it.
Well, the chief is going to pay dearly for this as well. You know, fish rots from the head down.
Would any of you military veterans stand here and give you officers?
I don't believe it went down this way. And I don't believe, how could they have arrested Andrew when he was...
It's an unlawful trespass and an unlawful arrest.
He was arrested down there. He wasn't on the property when he was arrested. So obviously he left the property. How could they trespass?
Which side would they be on? You're on the wrong side. You are
But is that a slot mobile down there?
You have been played.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to go take a walk down there, see what's going on, see if I can't get any information on Andrew.
The rest of the rookies do not know. You know.
All criminal participants. Connecticut's got some of the dumbest cops in the country, apparently. Oh, look, there's some more dumb cops. You guys just surrendered all your qualified immunity today. I hope you enjoy the case up in U.S. District Court. Tell the chief I'll be seeing him soon. Hey, he thinks it's funny, this guy. So you're here enforcing fraudulent paperwork, and you're making yourself a criminal participant in capital crimes. And you think it's funny? You think that's funny? Yeah. You're not intimidating, man. Get another job. You're not fit. We're not going to pay you any more of our money. Got it? Got it? You work for me. Watch out for that Jeep right there. Thanks for the warning. But you got it? I hope you hear me, because it's coming, man. The people are coming for you.
I used to do business with Hearst.
Hearst Connecticut Media is here, folks. So we got to try to get some information on Mr. Pritchard here, who has been illegally arrested after leaving the property. And we're going to go see what we can do to help the man out here. Thank you so much for joining us in support of this man's fight. This is just a mere battle. The fight is just beginning. We may appear to be unsuccessful today, but I think what happened today can be dwarfed by what happened on May the 31st. That was a major victory that we still will tout. Let's see why we have this road blocked off here. Just confirm whether or not Mr. Pritchard's been arrested here. Hey, nice bike. Look at that. Let's go look at these cycles here. Nice big unit. That's got to be a heavy unit there. A little banged up, but otherwise pretty clean. You know, at least we can give Norwalk credit on that. They're keeping our vehicles clean, right? You know. But evidently they don't know how to enforce the law or uphold their oath to the Constitution, which is an awful fucking shame. I'll tell you that right now. So, gentlemen, I understand Mr. Pritchard has been arrested. Well, we're just trying to bond him out, find out where you guys are holding him, things of that nature.
All persons arrested are held at the police department.
Okay. So he would be at Norwalk PD. Now, I understand he was arrested down here and not on the property. Was the... You can't tell me what he was charged with? There's going to be a lot of press releases throughout this day. The headlines are going to be huge. All these guys just lost their qualified immunity. Every one of them. We're going after all your bonds. We're going after the qualified immunity, your boats, your houses, all of it, man. This is a real capital crime happening right now. And none of the paperwork you guys are here for is even valid. It's been proven in court. So if you guys, I just want to make something clear. If you guys are restricting access to this road, you need crime tape or something, crime scene tape, to let the people know they don't have access, because this is a public street. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Your procedures and policy require you to put up crime scene tape to block off the crime scene area. Otherwise, people have free reign to walk through here. It doesn't matter what you say. Just ask the neighbor if he could cut through their yard and use private property. They have no jurisdiction there. This is private property. You guys can walk through the yards and use private property then. Put up some crime scene tape and follow your procedures and policies before I write your asses up. Yeah. Yeah, you keep rolling those eyes. I can't wait to see your head roll in U.S. District Court. That's going to be a good one. Fucking clown. Look at this fucking car. Oh, boy. Well, a terrible turn of events here. We got to go get Andrew out of prison now.
That one? Oh.
Have the largest property there, and they've stolen everything. So the thing is that I have to say over and over and over, God bless you, because we have. Where's the cameras?
Mhm.
How could something? How this?
Yeah,
is
you know what?
America.
Aside from me, you're the only other media journalist here.
Yeah. So I mean, we.
And I'm totally independent.
Yeah.
I've only got 50,000 subscribers, but I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, plug me in your story, please. Terrence Sayer Studios. My name is Tim Riley.
Independent as well. So,
Right.
You know what?
There's a spot for you in my studio. I'll tell you that right now.
There were officers that last time that walked away in shame, shaking Mr. Pritchard's hand, saying, "God bless, someone needs to take a stand, and we smell something dirty." They work for the same police department. He has all the.
So the chief of police is definitely liable here. He's the one barking out these orders and sending these complicit participants in this capital crime here to this address to seize this man's property illegally. It's
And can
insane.
you imagine they grab it for $1.2 million on a house that the court said was 3.8, I believe, 3.6, 3.8.
And he's received no payment.
plus.
He's received no payment.
Nothing. He's up to date on his taxes. I think he pays $34,000 or $37,000 a year in tax. Now, what the lawyers did, they went and spread rumors throughout the neighborhood that he's a squatter.
Yeah, I saw that online. Somebody said that on my YouTube channel. Oh, he's just a squatter.
Yeah.
I said, no, pal, why don't you go read the case files?
So
There you
that's
go.
what's going on. And this gentleman, he had his wife's home was stolen in Stratford, and
We should talk. I'd love to talk with you on my channel about what's happened to you. I'll leave you with my contact information before we leave today, all right?
And they said throw him out. The woman was in a bankruptcy, and
Let's go find out what's going on here.
You don't understand. There's many people here. This is going to be videotaped.
Hey, we should have someone follow these moving trucks. Anything that's going in and out of this house, we should have someone spot and follow that shit all day, so all of his property could be accounted for. Yeah, they're going to send a big goon squad in here to steal all of his stuff and then trash the rest. So we're going to be sticking around to watch all these criminals steal and burglarize this man's stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys are real proud of yourselves today. No, they're not police. They're Nazis. This is why people hate police in America, ladies and gentlemen. They do it to themselves. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. At a time when the relationship between police and the people is so volatile, they just shoot themselves in the foot over and over again. Out on a $25,000 bond for risk of injury to a child, unlawful restraint. This man's a criminal, and the police are aiding and abetting a criminal. Big tough guy. We're going to be following your criminal case very closely, Mr. Kemp. Hey, how many hours a year do you guys spend in the law library? I guess that's 0 hours a year, ladies and gentlemen. There's the criminal, Bill Kemp. Yeah. And the Norwalk PD are aiding and abetting a criminal. Aiding and abetting robbery. What's bewildering to me is the fact that these people stand here and actually think nothing's going to happen to them. I think it's going to be a very rude awakening for Norwalk PD and each and every single police officer here today. Every single one of them has just surrendered their qualified immunity. We're going to be getting their bonds. We're going to sue the shit out of each one of these people publicly and privately. And then we're going to charge them and prosecute them in court and see to it that they get hit with, what is it, $75,000, $125,000 fine, deprivation of rights under the color of law, Title 18, Section 242 U.S. Code. Yeah. Yeah, first offense, I think, is up to a year in prison. Something to that effect.
Somebody tell this gentleman who you used to work with.
Where'd Johnny Flynn go?
Yeah, I showed him the pictures.
That's it. That's it. He wants to know where you were in Vietnam. Yeah, Air Force.
Hey, what's the number to your department? Can you guys give me the number to your department?
Yeah, I got it in 1979.
Nothing. Look at these people. They're like machines. This is why people hate them. Anybody want to give me the phone number to your police department, please? To our police department, please? Anyone? Anyone? Blank stare. Blank stare. Is it psychotropic drugs or is it their training that turns them into malevolent drones? I'm not sure. Probably a combination of both. Probably a combination of psychotropic drugs and their training. Mix that with a little bit of steroids and you got some serious problems.
I'm feeling you, brother. I'm feeling you.
Hmm.
Oh, when they made the kid, son who was inside come out.
That's my uncle from Fort Bragg. He was in Delta. He was in Delta Force. He helped
And all
get the
smiles.
hostages out
Like
of Iran in 1976. He was the guys who went in. So you're basically holding this man hostage.
Oh, they sure are.
Call the Pentagon. Remember who you called to help me with attorney Jim Pickerston when Rodney? And now then he got this part and went to jail. Remember him?
Call the governor, let him know what's happening.
What was that?
Norwalk, Connecticut. What the heck is that?
What? Where?
Competency your test 2 years after I took one.
What's the problem?
I was just wondering what the hell was that he just took from his house? It didn't come from his house. Oh, okay. That's all.
Yeah, relax. We're all on public property here, man.
Bro, we're upset, but we're on your side. You are our brothers. You're being set up, and I'm going to make sure that you all know clearly. So when this comes back around and all of everything that I'm saying is proven true, you men know I was your brother telling you the truth. That's what I want to make sure.
Well said. I commend you for being so respectful in a time where it's so easy for me to.
My name is Michael Rain. Michael, can I talk? Thank you.
Do you mind if I film?
Nope. Because I'm not trying to hide anything. No, let us talk alone.
Sure. Yeah, no, take all the time you need. That's why I asked.
My brother to talk to.
Sam Agliari, ladies and gentlemen, the former city engineer and
the
champion whistleblower in the state of Connecticut.
The embezzlement crimes of the Board of Ethics on December 18, 2018. They're on video. Look at the video. Stanford Board of Ethics. Susan Kiskin was supposed to pay her own attorney, but instead, Bert Rosenberg, Corporation Counsel, approved embezzlement money for the Stanford taxpayers to pay Susan's attorney fees. When I complained, Stanford police came to my house to murder me. July 22nd, 2019, Officer John Bueller came to my house to put a bullet in my head. When that didn't work in July, my own attorney, Stephen Seizure, conspired with my private investigators, Vito Carlucci, Anthony Lupinacci, to put me in the mental ward on October 3rd, 2019, with Judge John Blowy and State Attorney Steve Weiss, all criminals conspiring with government to hide the embezzlement crimes and 20 years of illegal labor practices in the city of Stamford.
There you have it.
Eversource,
100%
Eversource combined with the state Connecticut DOT, Pura, and Call Before You Dig, Daniel Nevinson, State of Connecticut, all conspiring to violate public safety regulations.
Hey, let me see if I can get you a water. Let me see if I can get you a water, Sam. Hang on. Ma'am, sir, Bryce, there's a 24-pack bottle of water over here. This guy's like dying out here. You mind getting this man a bottle of water? Maybe, yeah, and me as well. It's right there in that garage. Excellent. Thank you so much. Oh, at least they're being, you know, at least there's some humility here, right? You know? Yeah, can we just pull that whole case right out here so we can get some water for you guys can have some water too? Everybody can have some water?
I got water in my car, dude.
That's right. Andrew pulled some up for us.
Awesome hat.
Right there down on the floor.
Hey, we're going to Alex Jones after this to see the biggest injustice in Connecticut.
Yeah. Having an opinion like Alex Jones evidently is enough to be sued. Asking questions, having an opinion, can't do that here in Connecticut. And it's not good. That's not good for business for the government, you know. I think they're getting us some water here, I think.
Well, kid's bawling in tears because you're taking his stuff.
He's not even listed on any of the paperwork. So you guys are breaking the law again, man. You're on a roll today.
On the lease, and you have no right to evict them, and you certainly have no right to take a paying tenant's property who's not on the eviction document. Hello.
They don't care. Right over their heads.
A month.
Right over their heads. This is why you guys need to spend some time in the law libraries. You know, part of the lawsuit will be to spend some time in the law library every year. That'll be part of any settlement that's made.
Something you probably don't realize is that since the house was appraised for $1.2 million and it's actually worth 3.5, stealing $2 million, you just stole $2 million from that kid's.
Which guy's in charge? Who's going to be able to get us some water, my man?
Which, by the way, you will never win. Ever.
Yo, my guy. Can you hand us that case of water out here? We got people sweating their balls off. It's right there on the garage floor. Got an old man out here. He needs what? What's that? I brought it here with me today. I just forgot it in the garage. It's my property.
That property on that desk is mine. That property on that desk is mine. I was invited. Not giving us more water. By the property. Good job, guys. Person you are representing.
You guys got water in your cruisers?
To a second buyer, and I want my property right now. Well, that makes me plaintiff too in the case. You want me as a plaintiff? You're making it happen right now.
Yeah, definitely.
You have property in there?
Just that water.
Well, wow. How many followers do you have?
About 50,000. And that's just on one platform.
Wow.
Yeah, I've actually got 21 colleagues across the nation that are going to be covering this very diligently too.
How many viewers you got now?
700.
700?
Live on the internet.
Oh my God. And we haven't even shared it.
Yeah, haven't even shared the link yet.
Is that the best you ever did live?
Yeah, I think it is.
Wow. So it's safe to say you'll get 2 million views.
Probably within a week.
Wow. Oh, a lovely lady has arrived. God bless you. God bless you.
So Sam can't get. Oh, there you go. You got some water. Good for you. All right. Hey, Johnny, you got water in the van? You say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab it. Oh, the boys aren't leaving willingly.
I hope the boys aren't suicidal, folks.
You know, the boys have every right to resist unlawful arrest. It's been ruled by the Supreme Court.
And one of them can.
I'd even go as far as saying the Supreme Court ruled that it's legal to resist unlawful arrest with lethal force. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but An unlawful arrest can be resisted with the use of lethal force as ruled by the Supreme Court of the United States. Unless these police can produce the documentation that has the tenants' names on it, they can't do anything about the people inside of this house. But they'll go ahead and violate the laws, violate our rights, and then go home thinking nothing's going to happen to them anyway. Taylor looks so oddly familiar. I swear I've seen her somewhere before.
Stanford Hospital, and Kathleen Shamar, director of Stanford Hospital.
Smash the like button, share the links, folks. We need to get this out here, and we need to support this man and his innocent family as they endure this siege on his property.
Court system, judicial court, to take innocent people and kill you in the mental.
Stuff. I'm going to put some of my equipment here in the... I got to put you guys down for just a second. Bear with me, okay? I got to get some equipment put away here. Get myself organized. Use my gavel as a microphone, I guess. I can start doing that. It'll be a little... We'll have some fun here. Second. Let's see.
Hey, sir, I appreciate you respecting.
Hey, man, no problem. Hey, look, no problem, man. We got some folks out here that are really thirsty, and I got a case of water that I brought with me this morning. If we can't get like bottles of water out here, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. All right, so there's one. This guy seems to be a really nice officer. It's too bad he's got himself mixed up in this mess, man. And I don't think he's going to be given the pass to get me my water like he wanted. Unfortunately, he looks like he's going to ask. You know, there's not a whole lot left to say about this. It's unfolded in the worst of ways, leaving the people with no choice but to come after each and every one of these police officers. I mean, this is what's wrong with the state of Connecticut and the Connecticut government. I mean, look at this person. Look here. Look what these people are doing.
At least help us, but it doesn't seem like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm leaving the state where I was born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand it here anymore.
There you go.
Can't stand it.
What are you guys going to do when there's no one left to pay the taxes that pay your salaries?
Fuck all of them.
What are you guys going to do then?
Works for the government and is the government. Fuck them all.
And there you have it, folks.
Hold on.
All right. U-Haul truck's coming. They're going to burglarize all this stuff. We need to coordinate a team to follow all these trucks out of here so we can make sure they're not stealing his property. Here come all the goons now. Oh, God damn it. I didn't close my case. Let's see here. Let's see. This way, this way. This. We got the moving trucks coming. Got the goon squad coming to burglarize everything. Listen, I worked for a broker who trashed out foreclosed properties. I know what's about to happen. This guy's gonna go steal whatever he likes and he thinks he's gonna get away with it. I think you're going to need a bigger truck, pal. Yeah, there's a drug addict if I ever seen one. I'm all right. Yes, ma'am.
Eddie, where is he?
They arrested him. We got to bond him out.
Okay, but is he?
He's at the Norwalk Police Department. I would call them right away, find out what his bond is, and then I'll get with you and we'll coordinate. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. My name is Tim Riley, Tyrant Slayer Studios. I'm live on the internet. We got about 800, 700 people watching or so. God bless you. All right. I'm starting to die out here in this heat, guys. I got to get some water.
Thank you, by the way, brother.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir, for your service and everything. Let's see if we can't. I'm coming. Oh, excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you. Would you like a water, sir?
Thank you.
All right. Hey, thanks for your service and thank you for being a human today. I appreciate it.
Right on, Sergeant.
There we go. We got one officer with some humility. We'll hand out these waters. Johnny's lights look like they're on. Yeah, that's what I'm going to hand them out. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have one of them.
Sir, would you like a water? Yes, please. Just grab one. All right, we're going to hand out some water. It's a good deal on that cop. He came through for us. Grab a water, guys. It's hot. Rick, you want a water? Take a water, brother. Ma'am, you want a water?
No, thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Would you like a water, ma'am? All right. Get this guy over there, too. You're welcome. All right. You're welcome. Well, there you have it, folks. Illegal seizure of property here in the Nazi Socialist Democrat Racketeering Nanny Police State.
All right, bye. Sorry.
I got to get Johnny on the horn with Norwalk PD. We got to find out what Andrew's bond is. And we got to get him out of there. There's no reason for him to be sitting there right now. And we got to get somebody to watch these trucks too. So that when they steal all of his shit, we know where it's at. You know, I used to work for a broker who would do the foreclosed properties. These guys are going to go in there and steal all this guy's stuff and then trash whatever they don't want to keep for themselves. So we need a team of people here all day to monitor where this guy's property is going. Are the police going to be willing to do something like that? No, they're just here to facilitate the siege. Right. Oh, I'm going to try to figure that out. Johnny. Yeah, we got to bond him out. We got to call Norwalk PD.
They put on Sam, that family man,
Yeah.
$500,000 bail.
Right. That's more than most murderers.
And you know what?
And he didn't even commit a violent crime.
All his legal papers. No one knows any phone numbers anymore. So he was sitting in jail until I could figure it out. I did a habeas corpus and the friggin' court in Stamford. They're like the lawyers that they bring the lawyers to the no clerk talks to me.
Yeah,
it has to be the lawyers.
I can't even get exhibit stickers from our court clerks. They go,
Violated
So
our rights
Sam
to
knows.
habeas corpus. She filed habeas corpus for me, and they violated my rights to be brought before the jury on a habeas corpus
They were
because
supposed to bring him
they're
back the
criminals.
next day. And that's our constitutional right. And every one of you men need to know that in case something goes wrong in your line of duty.
they don't need to know much of anything
Yeah,
anymore
well,
because they're not going to be on the force much longer.
So
They won't have bonds, qualified immunity, boats, houses, or nothing by the time we're done with them.
everyone knows any person can file a habeas on anyone.
I got one. I just handed a bunch out to people.
They refuse to take my paperwork to get my neighbor out of jail illegally.
Is there anybody that we can stay behind to monitor the stuff coming out of his property so we can, track where his property's going? Make sure these goons aren't stealing all of his stuff.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, I know they will.
Oh, that's what they did to the woman up
They
in,
auctioned shit off on the last mortgage foreclosure I went to.
Yeah.
Right to auction.
This woman and
They got like 10 cents on the dollar. The old asset forfeiture.
They took this woman.
Yep.
You could look.
You
that
got
one
it.
up
That's
online
exactly what that
too.
is,
They took
Mr.
all of
Aiello.
her stuff out of storage. Everything she owned.
Folks, please share these links.
You guys want to help?
Please smash the like button. Please watch the updates. Please watch what has led up to this point. Get your head around it and share it with everybody far and wide so that we can get all the support that this man and his innocent family need.
Also,
Right.
if we can get people to come on Thursday, September 1st, Thursday is my court date where my charges should be dismissed. It's been 3.5 years. The state prosecutor hasn't been able to show any probable cause evidence in 3.5 years, not even a list of witnesses, because the witnesses are all on my video. The whole engineering department is a bunch of criminals caught red-handed May 10, 2019 with Winston McKenzie and Gennaro Catino, who's got a promotion to the assessor's office to lie and say he wasn't part of the false arrest on May 10, 2019. Officer Frank Lacone and Sergeant Guzda caught red-handed on video, false arrest, witness tampering, aiding and abetting the embezzlement crimes on video.
On this side?
September 1st on Thursday is the court day.
I believe that's Andy's wife in front of the tree. Miss Pritchard, do you need anything, honey? Water? I know, it's a terrible question.
Who needs a hug?
Do you need a hug, honey? Okay. The marshal is a criminal out on $25,000 bond. Yeah, the tenants aren't on the paperwork, which means the police can't actually make him leave, but they're going to try to do that anyway. So if the tenants aren't listed on the paperwork, it's my understanding that the police have no jurisdiction over them. They can't make him leave.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm. But they're going to try to attempt to make him leave anyway, under the threat of duress. So make sure that he says that he's going to be arrested if he doesn't leave, and then he could sue him.
That's my rights.
Yeah, make sure the police know that, young man, make sure you let the police know that they're violating your rights and that you're only leaving because you've been placed under the threat of arrest. Right, and now you have all the legal recourse you need in court to sue them and take their bonds and their boats and their houses and their cars and everything else.
No qualified immunity.
That's right.
Even if it would apply.
That's right.
Would not apply.
None of these cops have qualified immunity here after today. Which is a real shame, because I'm sure some of you are really good people. But you're all going to need a new job after this.
What's his wife's name?
I don't know. Miss Pritchard.
The law firm that brought this case against Andrew had 25,000 cases. You can look it up. I can give you the jurisdiction. So, however, the lawyer's juris number, if you look up their juris number, it shows cases, no cases for that lawyer. So you can't actually find who else they're victimizing. So they're allowed to go undetected.
What does Hearst Media think of all of this thus far?
We can't.
I see.
I
All right.
the police officer was talking very nicely about why they're here. In case, you know, there's people that want to start fights and stuff. That's why they're here.
We're very peaceful. We're here for a peaceful protest.
Some people aren't always peaceful out. That's
Yeah.
why the police are here.
Yeah.
To protect.
I thought they were here to arrest us all. That's what it looked like to me.
you
20
say
cops,
it's-
20 people. They got a paddy wagon down the end of the road, hiding.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going by what he probably feels bad.
Well, if anyone actually had two brain cells rubbed together, they
Quit
would
their job.
they would
They
have told the
families.
marshals to leave. They would this U-Haul truck wouldn't be on the
Can't do
lawn.
As, you know if you've ever had a job, you know. You
Well,
can't
there's
take your
nothing different this time than last time. I mean, this happened on May the 31st.
It did?
Yeah, and the police left and ordered the marshals to leave and shook Mr. Pritchard's
They
hand.
didn't take his furniture.
No, they didn't do it. They didn't evict him. They can't. The paperwork is not correct. The notary is fraud. There's tenants that aren't listed.
You said it didn't happen.
Jim, this is my mother. She's very
I understand.
authentic and nice,
I didn't
but she's like most
understand.
Americans. She doesn't understand how this is possible.
Right.
As if it's impossible. But
Bewildering. Right.
I
Because she
got it.
come from a time in America where things like this are totally alien, totally
Right. I
unheard of.
told my sister, it's just that's illegal, or that shouldn't be happening.
And your brother, who was a Vietnam vet,
Yeah.
who helped get the hostages out of Iran in
I
1976.
didn't know that this happened on May, and it's happening again. But like I said, they didn't take.
Yeah, this is the second attempt.
How did they get all the furniture out this time?
They're doing it
right now.
No, they must have got another order or something. I guess. Did they arrest Andrew the last time?
No.
He's
No,
arrested.
yeah.
We know that.
And they arrested him when he was off of the proper property, which is confusing to me. So
Yeah.
I don't imagine it's going to be a trespassing charge. It's probably going to be disorderly, which is, or maybe nuisance, but
Fighting.
disorderly is the most commonly overused trivial charge that they throw on anybody.
Called disorderly.
Disorderly conduct.
Yeah. So you don't know what.
Right. They're giving him unlawful directives. He's not following them. Oh, now you're arrested for disorderly. Yeah. Let's see how that plays out in court.
What are they doing with the son that had to come out?
I'm not sure. They have zero jurisdiction over the tenants in the house because they're not even listed on the paperwork. So the police are I think, threatening the son with arrest, which makes them liable. They're actually committing a crime here. Folks, tune in a little bit later. We're going to be going down to Bridgeport. We're going to try to get Alex Jones on. I'm going to take a look at some of these comments here, see if I can't respond to some of your comments. Let's see. Where are my comments? Okay. Right. No one gets arrested for burning and looting, but if you try to protect your property, they will arrest you. Yeah. That's Canadian Kurt. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much, Dope Boy Magic. I appreciate you being here. Al, John Walker, Hair Farmers. Yeah, Alex Jones is in court here in the state of Connecticut. He's out in Bridgeport. He has an opinion and he has questions, so evidently that makes him a bad man. We actually haven't gotten badge numbers, but we did take the time to get everybody's name. We can identify these guys with their name tags. Each and every single police officer here will be named in lawsuits and other court proceedings. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. There's a fictitious lien on the property. There's EMAP fraud, securities fraud, bank fraud, wire fraud. These are capital crimes. He owes no taxes. There is no mortgage. The land is actually federally protected by a land patent. These cops have no idea the hornet's nest that they just disturbed here. They have no idea what they're involved in, unfortunately. So this is Andrew's son. Can you tell the people how you're feeling right now? What do you make of all this? I understand you're a college student.
I'm a 25-year-old kid. I work full time. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm a 25-year-old kid. I'm a full-time personal trainer with a business. I pay rent here every month. I'm a competitive bodybuilder who's a couple of weeks out from a competition. And they just uprooted my entire house that I've lived in for my whole life. They're taking all my things.
Under the threat of arrest. Illegally. I'll take one, if I may. He's like, hey, screw you, guy. I wish there was something I could do for you more than document. There you go. Burglarizing the man's stuff. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 cops. 21. Well, we lost this battle, folks. We lost this battle. If you're still trying to get, oh, hey, Joe Cool. What's up, guys? Nude Guru. If you're just joining us, we're out here in Norwalk, Connecticut. We're trying to defend this man's property from illegal seizure. The police have illegally arrested him. The police are assisting.
About how she's been to everybody.
Yes, she's fantastic.
I tried nobody. Nobody wants to
Blumenthal,
none of
the governor
want to have anything to do with it.
Oh, you've called the offices today?
Not today.
Oh, just throughout.
In the past.
Yeah. And no one wants to lift a finger.
No.
Of course
So
not.
where do you go with that?
But Hearst Media did send the journalist, Liz.
Yeah, yeah.
So they were the only ones that stepped forward and sent somebody. So.
Well, I'm with Tyrant Slayer Studios. I'm independent. I'm not as big as Hearst Media, but yeah, you're right. Her and I are the only two journalists that even showed.
So we will see what she said she works for Hearst Media, which is the arching company, but she works for Connecticut Post. So this will go to Connecticut Post.
Beautiful. Connecticut Post is great. Tyrant Slayer Studios. You can find me on facebook.com/worthy son of liberty.
I'm sure Albert knows where to find.
Yeah, or you can find me on Tyrant Slayer Studios on YouTube.
Yeah,
we expose and oppose tyranny on local, state, and federal levels. And we're trying, obviously, to create transparency, accountability, and enforcement appropriate liability.
Because nobody will help.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know.
Where is the FBI? Where's the FBI?
I'm independent.
Yeah.
Independent from the past.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, guys.
Thank you.
God bless you. So if you're just joining us, we've lost this battle. Mr. Pritchard's been illegally arrested. His son is being illegally evicted. The notary is fraud, invalid. None of the paperwork is correct. This is fraud. This is securities fraud, wire fraud, EMAP fraud, Capias mortgage fraud. In fact, the state marshal here today is out on $25,000 bond right now. You know, so the police are actually aiding and abetting a criminal. Dan D, thanks for being here. If you guys haven't seen the previous videos documenting this situation up to this point, please go back into my video section and watch those. Share those links. Share the link to this live stream. It's very, very important. Tim Riley, Tyrant Slayer Studios. Yeah, she's been an emotional wreck all day. Do you need a hug, honey? Here, there you go. There you go. Yeah, this is terrible.
They just come in.
She's obviously devastated, as everyone else.
So disappointed in the police.
This is why people have a problem with police. They're failing the people again.
I've said this, you probably heard me before. My father was a fireman. I always respected the police and the firemen. I love them. I always waved to them. I always.
You always thought they were on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, clearly they're not. Clearly they're not.
The steps that Andy went through, because we're close friends, and it was horrible. Every time he went, they just ignored him or bypassed him. Ignored what they were
It's
doing.
called they totally violated the Administrative Procedures Act, which is why he has him by the balls. That's their Achilles heel. So I mean, he has recourse, but they've locked him up. Yeah.
So everything is just being done like the government is doing in DC. They just do what they want, and that's happening here.
Very
It
Stalin-esque.
scares me.
It's
It
like
scares
it's
me
like the old Soviet Union or Nazi Germany. Or, yeah, right, right. They hauled Andrew off to the gulag.
I feel so bad for his wife.
Yeah, she's devastated over there.
Goodness, 2 of the boys are in college. One's here,
Yep.
and he's going through hell.
They just uprooted him out of his life, turned his whole world upside down. No jurisdiction to even be doing this. Oh, hey, Judith. Wonderful piece that you wrote in that email. Yeah, very well written. Excellent, great. They better cover it, man. We ought to test the tints on that glass. The tint looked a little dark. Maybe issue them a ticket. So this is Judith Graffenreid. We had Judith on just a couple days ago with Pasca Ann and Rick Aiello. We were talking about the Connecticut residents for responsible technologies and the risks associated with smart meters, 5G technology, and various other technologies deployed around Connecticut and the United States. Judith is doing a great job pounding the pavement, and she's an activist in her own right.
Well, you know, there's a common thread between the 5G, which is everything is based on fraudulent standards at the FCC. Were found fraudulent in the DC District Courts.
Wow.
So people keep telling us, well, we're just following the FCC. Well, but their standards, which date back to 1996, have not been updated, were officially found fraudulent.
It sounds very reminiscent of DuPont and the whole Teflon thing and the EPA not regulating.
Well, the EPA, first of all, we have glyphosate in our food, and we had the water tested, as we said the other day. So we have strontium, barium in our water. But the common thread here is they're saying, well, the FCC has all the authority. And what they're saying here is, well, we're just following orders. It's all about authority that we choose to follow, even though there's no constitutional basis for the FCC to make laws.
That's right.
There's no constitutional
Where does
basis
it derive its...
for these guys to steal this man's property and throw him in jail.
Right. Zero jurisdiction.
So, you know, it's like the government, I mean, our constitutional republic's dead. It's dead. The government is just...
It's rogue government.
They have no constitutional authority, and they're ignoring it. And everybody I've written to about 5G, they ignored it totally. All the science, all the legality, they ignored. Here, Andrew keeps showing them his documentation, which
and they just refuse to accept it. Yeah.
They do that to other people. They lose their houses. I know other people. The judges personally say, "Oh, well, I don't care about the documentation. We're taking your house."
And you know what's really disturbing to me, and my audience is even commenting on it now, is all these people out there going, back the blue, back the blue. Yeah. How could you back the blue?
You know, during the defunding the police era, I was at a pro-police rally and I made a big sign saying support our police. Okay? Never again.
Right.
So they're losing. The police are losing their base that supports them.
That's right.
Because
they're losing their qualified immunity today too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're losing it, you know?
So fake Mike. Fake Mike, real news with Tyrant's Lair Studios. This is Judith. Thank you for coming on, Judith. Now, this man has gone through a very similar situation. What's your name, sir?
My name is Charles.
Charles. Tell us a little bit about what happened to you, Charles, and how it relates to today's events and the situation Andrew finds himself in.
They did the same thing to me, but the same thing they do to Andrew. So, and
did you lose your home?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Has there been any legal recourse? Have you remedied any of the?
No.
Right.
No.
Have you tried?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I know I'm not going to get anyone.
Right. So you just moved on.
Yeah.
All right. What would you say to anyone who might be facing a situation like this today? Is there anything you would do differently? Is there anything you would give them as advice to try to help them be successful in their fight?
Only one thing I can say. So let's get together, even though you're not involved in that situation, but back somebody else.
Right.
You know, we have to back one another.
Right.
That's only one way.
We have to unite.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. We have to unite. All right.
Johnny Flynn, your words about today's events, please. This is our great senatorial candidate, U.S. senatorial candidate, John J. Flynn. He is the only guy on the campaign, for this midterm election that actually cares about public safety.
God bless.
To a tremendous
The
degree.
Tyrant Slayer.
Tell the people, give us your synopsis here of today's situation.
Well, since Andrew owns the carbon credit patent
Yeah, that's
that
a very
every
valuable
world
patent.
order wants.
Right, governments want this patent. In fact, many are
That's why
speculating.
these Chinese officers and these African Americans are in the front line. You see? Now, what's happening here is really, how should I say, a
His
crime
bills are
against
paid.
humanity?
Miss Salty, his bills are paid. He owes no taxes. There is no mortgage. There's a
He
fictitious,
had a 15-year
fraudulent
mortgage
lien
paid
put on
off
the
in
house.
2018.
Yeah.
There is a electronic fraud on the house, on the deed.
It's called EMAP here in Connecticut.
Which my opponent, Richard Blumenthal, created when he was Attorney General. The same guy who took Burisma bribes, Oxycontin bribes.
He has a land patent that federally protects this land. It's actually even stronger than a normal
FCC lien. So
Yeah.
what's happening here is there's a $60 million claim on this house, 6-0. And if you divide it by these 30 officers, that's $2 million apiece. So I
back to
wouldn't
blue
be
until
here.
it happens to you.
They're admitting they haven't read the documents. I brought them up to speed last time I was here.
Mm-hmm.
So they're
Yeah, last
fully
time they
aware.
actually did read the documents, and that's what made them
that's why-
stand down. This time they're like, no, we don't want to read it. We don't want to know that we're breaking the law. We're just going to break the law.
The officers were reasonable.
Right. Yeah, these guys are thugs. These are all thugs.
Delgado took Andrew away. Now, Delgado had 7 car accidents when he had a DWI, and he hit every car from Norwalk to Bridgeport.
So the village drunk arrested Andrew today.
He left the scene of the accident.
The village drunk masquerading
and then he
as
wasn't
a...
reprimanded at all. But God bless America, who a guy carrying a gun gets drunk after work and drives, 10 exits on I-95, hitting every car and leaving every scene.
Norwalk police officer, and village
I
drunk.
go on and on about Lindano,
Evidently.
DiMiglio, Holmes. Blake is here, by the way. Blake is a notorious gangster. Resnick.
Mr. Aiello.
Looks like time you just went into politics with feathers not nest.
So this man is a legal scholar of sorts.
No, not really.
He's smarter than I am, and he
I'm not
knows
an
a thing or
attorney,
two
I'm
about
not-
a thing or
I'm
two.
not a paralegal
Correct.
or anything.
Not an attorney, not a paralegal, but he's a knowledgeable man on our laws.
Well, I'd like to see the Constitution enforced.
Right. Tell us what you witnessed here today and how it makes you feel.
It makes me feel like crap. I kind of knew what to expect, but the way they just send all these police over here to commit unconstitutional, unlawful acts is really a point of shame, in my opinion.
It's terrorism.
Yeah, it's
If
terrorism.
you ask me,
Yeah,
that's terrorism.
And it's all the terrorist tactics in the past without actually the guns blazing. But that would have happened if anybody had.
Right. If anybody resisted, they could have been shot and killed here today.
So we had to let them go ahead and do it and take all the property, get people off, and hopefully we can fight this in the courts and support Andrew.
Amen. And that's Rick Aiello, ladies and gentlemen. He's a part of the fight being put forth by Connecticut residents for responsible technology. If you haven't seen our live stream from a couple of days ago, please check that out. Rick was featured along with Judith Graffenried and Pascan, who have all been diligently working for a safer and healthier Connecticut. All right, I think we're going to wrap this up. We're about the 2-hour mark. I don't think there's any more I can do here. I want to try to get Andrew out of prison. I got to get on the horn with Norwalk PD to do that. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So Jeremy Newman, thanks for being here. Veteran Audit, Lisa Bradley, Joe Cool, everybody else. Please forgive me. I'm on my phone. I'm having trouble scrolling through this comment section. So if I didn't say your name today, I apologize. I sincerely appreciate the support from each and every one of you. Please share these links, smash that like button, get the story out there and help me help this family. Connecticut needs you guys right now. Connecticut needs our patriots. So help us. United struggle for people's power, and together we will prevail over the powers that be. Thank you.